Okay, good afternoon everyone. So welcome po sa ating review in Trigonometry Quarter 1. So simulan po natin sa unang item. So number 1, in right triangle DEF, F is equal to 90 degrees. If the reference angle is D, which side is the hypotenuse? A. Side D, B. Side E, C. Side F, or D. Side D. Okay, we'll give you 5 seconds to answer. Your timer starts now. Okay, so itong number 1 po, ang figure po natin ay right triangle na kung saan ang angle F is 90 degrees. We all know that the the opposite side of the right angle is the hypotenuse. So the correct answer here is side F. So side F is our hypotenuse. Number 2, in right triangle DEF, angle F is equal to 90 degrees. With respect to angle D, which side is opposite the angle? Letter A, side D, B, side E, C, side D, or D, side E. 5 seconds go. Okay, so our reference angle here is angle D, and we're looking for this side opposite of the reference angle, which is angle D. So we all know that kung ano man po yung opposite side of the given angle, yun din po yung letter, pero small letter. Okay, for the side. So the correct answer is letter A, side D. Dapat po small letter for the side. So yung letter C at yung letter D, hindi siya existing. Kasi yung letter D is capital, so this is angle, which contradicts to the side. Number 3, in triangle, right, the F, angle F is equal to 90 degrees with respect to angle D, which side is adjacent to the angle? Letter A, side D, B, side E, C, side D, or D, side E. So yung letter C and letter D are automatic, not the options. Kasi yung letter D is in capital, same as yung letter E. So yung D at E na to sa letter C and letter D are non-existing. So it's between A or B. 5 seconds, go. So, ang titingnan natin dito ay yung reference angle. And our reference angle is angle D. So, the opposite side of angle D is side D. Since angle F is our right angle, so yung side F po natin is our hypotenuse. So, ang natitira na lang po is the side E, which is the adjacent angle, which is adjacent to the angle D. Number 4, in the right triangle LMN, angle N is equal to 90 degrees if the reference angle is L, which side is adjacent to angle L? Letter A, side M, B, side N, C, side L, or D, side capital letter M. 5 seconds go. So, etong problem, so katulad din kanina na ng previous item. Since angle N is our right angle, that means side N is our hypotenuse. Okay, so eliminate na natin si side N. So, ang matitira na lang is between side L and side M. Since our reference angle is side L, opposite of angle L is side L, which is yun nga opposite. So, ang matitira na lang po ay si side M, which is the adjacent. So, the answer is letter A. Number 5, which trigonometric ratio is equal to the ratio of the hypotenuse to the opposite side? A, sine, B, cosecant, C, cosine, or D, tangent. 5 seconds go. So remember our mnemonic device, which is Sokatawa Cho Shakao. So Sokatawa Cho. So we're looking for Cho. So ano ibig sabihin ng Cho? That is cosecant is equal to hypotenuse over opposite side. So the correct answer for number 5 is, okay, check natin na equal to the ratio of the hypotenuse to the opposite side. Yung sign po natin is so. So sine is opposite to the hypotenuse. Dapat. Okay, next is so ka. Ka stands for cosine is equal to adjacent over hypotenuse. Then tau, so tangent is equal to opposite over adjacent. Then so katawa cho. Cho stands for cosecant is equal to hypotenuse to the opposite side. So the correct answer for number 5 is letter B, cosecant. Number 6. How about for the ratio of the hypotenuse to the adjacent side? Hypotenuse to the adjacent. Letter A, secant. B, sine. C, cosine. Or D, tangent. 5 seconds go. So, dito naman hinahanap natin yung hypotenuse over adjacent. And that is SOHCAHTOA CHO-SHA. We're looking for SHA. So, SHA stands for second is equal to hypotenuse over adjacent. And the answer is letter E. Number 7. Which trigonometric ratio is equal to the ratio of the adjacent to the opposite side? Ang hinahanap naman natin is adjacent over opposite. Letter A, sine. B, cotangent. C, cosine. Or D, tangent. 5 seconds go. Okay, so the correct answer is, anong hinahanap natin dito? Adjacent over opposite, and that is cow. So cow stands for cotangent is equal to adjacent over opposite, letter B. Number 8. Which expression correctly represents the cosecant ratio? A, opposite over hypotenuse. B, adjacent over hypotenuse. C, hypotenuse over opposite. Or D, adjacent over opposite. 5 seconds go. So dito cosecant ang hinahanap. At ano yung ano natin yung clue for cosecant? We have cha. So cha stands for cosecant is equal to SOHCAHTOA CHO. CHO rather, CHO. So CHO stands for hypotenuse over opposite, letter C. Number 9. Which statement best describes the legs of a right triangle? Letter A. They are opposite the acute angles. B. They form the right angle. C. They are always equal. Or letter D. They are longer than the hypotenuse. 5 seconds go. Okay, inahanap natin dito yung description for the legs of a right triangle. So alam natin that in a right triangle, merong isang existence of one right angle. At yung opposite side of a right angle is known as the hypotenuse. Hypotenuse is always the longer or the longest side in a right angle triangle. Kung meron tayong isang right angle in a right angle triangle, so that means yung natitirang angle po ng ating right angle triangle are all acute. Okay? So yung opposite side of acute angles are legs. So the correct answer is letter A. They are opposite the acute angles. Remember that the sum of the interior angles of a right triangle is equal to 180. Kung babawasan natin ng 90 for right angle, ang matitira po ay 90, which is the sum of the two angles. So, ang mga possible values for the remaining angles are less than 90, which are acute. Number 10. A right triangle has side lengths of 5 centimeters, 12 centimeters, and 13 centimeters. Which side is the hypotenuse? A, 5 centimeter. B, 12 centimeters. C, 13 centimeters. D, 17 centimeters. 5 seconds go. Since we're dealing with a right angled triangle, at yung opposite of right angle is the hypotenuse, and hypotenuse is the longest side of a right angled triangle. So kung i-compare po natin yung tatlong measurement among 5 centimeters, 12 centimeters, and 13 centimeters, the longest side is 13 centimeters, and that is letter C, 13 centimeters. So that means 5 centimeters and 12 centimeters are legs of the triangle. Number 11. In the right triangle RST, angle S is equal to 90 degrees. Which sides are the legs? A. RS and side ST. B. RT and ST. C. Side RS and side RT. Or D. Side RS, side RT, and side ST. 5 seconds go. So kung i-drawing po natin yung triangle natin, RST, and our right angle is angle S, so yung matitirang angles are acute, namely angle R and angle D. Okay? So, para sa pagpapangalan po ng sides, so kailangan nating meron pong existence of angle S. Okay? So, ano po yung possible sides for the legs? We have angle or side RS rather, side RS and side ST. Ano naman po ang tawag sa side RT? Side RT is the hypotenuse. Number 12. Which statement is always true about a right triangle? A. The hypotenuse is opposite the right angle. B. The hypotenuse forms the right angle. C. The legs are always congruent. Or D. Every angle measures 45 degrees. 5 seconds go. Okay, so time is up, and the correct answer is letter A. The hypotenuse is opposite the right angle. Mali po yung letter C, not always. So sometimes they are congruent, but not always. And letter D, so every angle measures 45, and this is false. Number 13. A firefighter places a ladder against a building. The ladder is hypotenuse and the building's height is the opposite side. Which trigonometric ratio relates the opposite side to the hypotenuse? A. Sine. B. Cosine. C. Tangent. Or D. Secant. 5 seconds go. Okay, so dito, titingnan na natin yung relationship between the opposite side to the hypotenuse. So, ang hinahanap natin is ratio. Ratio of opposite to the hypotenuse. That is SO. SO stands for sine is equal to opposite over hypotenuse. Letter A. 14. A student stands 30 meters from a flagpole. The angle of elevation to the top is 50 degrees. Which trigonometric ratio should be used to find the height? A. Sine. B. Cosine. C. Tangent. Or D. Secant. 5 seconds go. Okay, time is up. So dito, sabi dito, student stands 30 meters from a flagpole. So ang una niyong gagawin is to draw, to sketch kung ano po ang given po natin, given scenario. So kailangan natin ng visual aid dito. So sabi dito, yung 30 meters is the distance between a student and a flagpole. Okay, that is the distance. And we have the angle of elevation to the top is 50 degrees. So saan po yung ating 50 degrees? Nasa student ba or nasa taas ng flagpole? Since the given is an angle of elevation, so nasa student. So theta po natin is 50 degrees. Yung distance natin is 30 meters. With respect to 50 degrees, what is 30 meters? 30 meters is adjacent. Okay? Ang hinahanap po natin is the height of the flagpole. So yung flag or the height of the flagpole is the opposite side of our reference angle. So meron tayong theta, meron tayong adjacent, meron tayong opposite, which is the height. So anong trigonometric ratio po ang gagamitin? we have the tangent. Tangent is equal to opposite over adjacent. So, 15. A right triangle has a hypotenuse of 20 centimeters and an adjacent side of 16 centimeters. Which trigonometric ratio should be used to determine the acute angle? A sine, B cosine, C tangent, or D cotangent? 5 seconds go. Okay, time is up. So dito, we have hypotenuse of 20. We have also adjacent side, which is 16. So that means yung angle natin malapit po sa adjacent side. Okay? So ano nga bang trigonometric ratios po ang gumagamit po ng hypotenuse at adjacent? We have cosine and secant. So letter B, cosine po. Remember, cosine is adjacent over hypotenuse, or secant is equal to hypotenuse over adjacent. 16. A right triangle has legs measuring 8 centimeters and 15 centimeters. What is the length of the hypotenuse? A. 16 centimeters, B. 17 centimeters, C. 18 centimeters, or D. 19 centimeters. 5 seconds go. Okay, so atong number 16, right angle triangle. Since ang nawawala po is side, which is the hypotenuse, and the givens are two legs, anong gagamitin nating equation for this? We will utilize the Pythagorean theorem. Okay? Since ang hinahanap po ay hypotenuse, what is the equation? So the formula is x squared is equal to the square of the two legs. So para mahanap po yung sagot, square po muna natin sa 8 centimeters at 15 centimeters. After squaring them, i-add po natin. Then after getting the sum, we need to get the square root. And the answer is 17 centimeters. So again, hypotenuse is equal to the square root of 8 squared plus 15 squared. And that is 17 centimeters. 17. A person standing on the ground looks up at the top of a lighthouse. What angle is formed between the horizontal and the line of sight? A. Angle of depression. B. Angle of elevation. C. Supplementary angle. Or letter D. Right angle. 5 seconds. Okay, since we're dealing with depression and elevation only, so tanggalin na natin yung letter C as well as letter D. Hahanap po tayo ng keyword sa ating sentence dito. Okay, pag sinabi natin depression, our keyword is down, pababa. And for elevation, up, pataas. So sabi dito sa 17, the ground looks up at the top. So the answer is elevation. Letter B. Number 18. A tourist standing on a cliff looks down at a boat in the sea. What angle is formed? A. Angle of depression. B. Angle of elevation. C. Supplementary angle. Or letter D. Right angle. 5 seconds go. Ang keyword po natin ay looks down. And the answer is angle of depression, letter A. 19. Which statement correctly describes an angle of depression? A. It is measured upward from the horizontal. B. It is measured downward from the horizontal. C. It is always 90 degrees. Or letter D. It is measured inside a triangle only. 5 seconds go. Again, for depression, our keyword is downward, letter B. Number 20. Which situation illustrates an angle of elevation? A. A pilot looks down at an airport. B. A sailor looks down into the water. C. A spectator looks up at fireworks. Or D. A person looks looks across a hallway. 5 seconds go. Elevation, our keyword is up, and that is letter C. A spectator looks up at fireworks. Number 21. Which pair correctly matches the situation and the angle formed? A. Looking up at a tree, angle of elevation. B. Looking up at a bridge, angle of depression. C. Looking straight ahead, angle of depression. D. Looking down from a balcony, angle of elevation. 5 seconds go. So dito, ang tamang pairing po ay letter A, that is up, elevation. So yung letter B, dapat down. Yung letter C po is, since looking straight ahead, that is normal line of sight. Yung letter D naman is depression. Number 22. So this is the last item. Which of the following is not an example of angle of elevation or depression? Not. Letter A. Looking upward to a helicopter. B. Looking downward from a cliff. C. Looking straight across a football field. Or letter D. Looking upward at the top of a tower. 5 seconds go. So which is not an example of angle of elevation and depression? That is letter C, looking straight across a football field. So this is normal line of sight. So that's all for our review. Part 1 po ng ating trigonometry. Good luck and enjoy. Have a good day pa.